Chapter 9. The Power of Kāma and the Birth of His Attendants. Brahma's Revelation to the Great Sage. Brahma spoke, his voice carrying the weight of ancient tales and cosmic struggles. "O great sage," he began, "when Kāma, the god of love, ventured to the abode of Shiva, accompanied by his faithful attendants, an event unfolded that was both unexpected and troubling. Lend your ear to this tale, for it is filled with wonder." Kāma's arrival at Shiva's abode. Upon reaching Shiva's sanctum, Kāma, the one who could ensnare the hearts of all beings with his charms, unleashed his potent powers. His presence was like a stirring wind that swept through the hearts of every living creature. Even the season of spring, known for its captivating allure, joined him in this endeavour, casting a spell over the landscape. Trees, which had been dormant, suddenly burst into vibrant bloom as if answering a hidden call. Kāma and his consort Rati employed every art and trick in their arsenal, weaving a web of enchantment around the beings that surrounded Shiva. All succumbed to these charms, their hearts stirred with desires. Yet not Shiva, the steadfast lord of the Ganas, whose mind remained as still as a deep, unfathomable ocean. Kāma's defeat and humility. Their efforts spent and their pride shattered, Kāma and Spring found themselves unable to sway Shiva from his meditative state. Dejected, they returned to their abode, the weight of their failure heavy upon them. Before departing, Kāma approached Brahmā, bowing low, his voice faltering with despair. "O Brahmā," he confessed, "Shiva, master of yoga, is beyond all enchantment. No power of mine, nor any of my allies, can hope to sway him." With a deep sigh, Brahmā listened as Kāma continued, "We tried every method, every trick in our power, but they all proved futile. Allow me to recount, O wise one, the efforts we made." Kāma's attempts to enchant Shiva. Kāma recounted the scene. "When Shiva was immersed in deep trance, his senses perfectly controlled, I sought to disturb his concentration. I summoned a fragrant, cool breeze that danced around him, a breeze that could stir even the most stoic of hearts, yet it did nothing to Shiva. I then took up my bow, stringing it with 5 arrows, each embodying a different form of desire, and circled him, seeking an opening. As Kāma entered the vicinity, all living creatures fell under his influence, except for Shiva and his loyal Ganas, who remained unmoved. Realizing his failure, Kāma pursued Shiva across the sacred mountains of Meru, Nagakesara, and the lofty peaks of Kailasa, hoping to find a moment when Shiva's concentration might lapse. "Whenever he emerged briefly from samadhi," Kāma continued, "I placed pairs of Kakravaka birds before him. These birds displayed tender gestures of love, their feathers ruffled in gentle caresses, hoping to kindle a reaction in Shiva. I even brought pairs of deer and peacocks that danced with fervour, their plumage fanned in vibrant displays. Yet none of this stirred Shiva's heart." Spring's efforts and the blooming of nature. Kāma described how even the personification of spring, Vasanta, tried his best to enchant Shiva. "Spring caused every kind of flower to bloom around Shiva," he said. "The air was thick with the fragrance of Kampakas, Kesaras, Punagas, Ketakas, Mallikas and Kurabakas. The lakes around Shiva's hermitage were filled with lotuses that exuded intoxicating scents carried by the Malaya breezes. The forest was transformed, with creepers wrapping themselves lovingly around trees, as if in an embrace, while the earth itself seemed to swell with the vibrancy of new life. The sight would have swayed even the most disciplined of sages. Yet Shiva remained untouched by these temptations, his mind as serene as a still lake, free from the ripples of desire or anger. Kāma's despair and Brahma's worry. Brahma listened intently, a deep sigh escaping his many faces. "I am truly disheartened, Kāma," he thought, as the weight of the situation pressed upon him. For even Kāma, with all his power over the hearts of living beings, admitted, "It is impossible to enchant Shiva." As Brahma brooded over Kāma's words, his sighs became gusts of wind, fierce and turbulent. The winds howled, swirling through the heavens, as if mirroring the turmoil within Brahma's mind. From these winds emerged terrifying beings, each one brandishing weapons, their cries of "kill, cut" echoing through the skies. Kāma encounters the Maracas. Startled by these fierce entities, Kāma turned to Brahmā. "Who are these fearsome beings, O Creator? What purpose will they serve? Where shall they dwell?" he asked, his voice tinged with apprehension. Brahmā replied, "These beings who emerged from my sighs of anguish shall be known as the Maras. They will obstruct the actions of all creatures except yours, Kāma. They will assist you in your task wherever you go." With a bow, Kāma accepted this new role for the Maras and prepared himself for another attempt to enchant Shiva, though doubt gnawed at his heart. Kāma's final attempt and Shiva's unyielding spirit. Despite his inner fears, Kāma once more approached Shiva, accompanied by Rati, Vasanta, and his newly formed troops. The scene around Shiva bloomed once again with flowers, songs and dances, as Spring and his minions tried every tactic to break Shiva's meditation. Yet Shiva remained as unmoved as the Himalayas themselves. When it became clear that their efforts were in vain, Kāma returned to Brahmā, a shadow of his former confident self. "O Brahmā," he said, "even with my new allies I could not enchant Shiva. His mercy spared me from being reduced to ashes, but I see no hope of swaying him." Brahma's counsel and Kāma's reluctant departure. Kāma bowed deeply to Brahmā and spoke with resignation. "If Shiva is to take a consort, it must be through means beyond my powers. Perhaps a different approach, one more subtle, is needed." With this, Kāma departed, leaving behind the scent of flowers and the memory of unfulfilled desires, while Brahmā pondered deeply the nature of the indomitable Shiva, the Lord who could not be swayed by even the most enchanting illusions of the cosmos. This expanded version captures the futility of Kāma's attempts to influence Shiva, emphasizing the steadfast nature of Shiva's meditation and the cosmic significance of the events. It weaves in vivid imagery of the scenes, adding depth and emotion to the narrative while preserving the essence of the original story.